Welcome back, everybody. We continue with the second part of the Vitolinsh Gambit, and this time, so d4, knight f6, c4, e6. So when black is playing Nimzo-Indian Defence, still there are opportunity to play very aggressive gambit line. So after bishop b4, the classical variation, we call it also Capablanca variation, queen c2, when white is trying to avoid doubling of his pawn's structure on the queen side, so prevent black from playing bishop takes c3. So in that case, after queen takes c3, white is having just quite solid pawn structure and better chances because of the two bishops. Black's main continuation is short castling, and after a3, bishop takes c3 and queen takes c3. Last time we were examining this position and came to conclusion that black, of course, could play the theoretical move like b6 or d6 or even knight e4, but Alvis Vitolinsh, the quite famous Latvian master, who was also second for many years for world champion Mikhail Tal, discovered here a very interesting move, b7, b5. Black is sacrificing a pawn, and after c takes b5, c6, trying just to achieve clear development advantage in order to use the weakness on the white's light squares, especially the e4, d5 square and weak position on the queen side. So also we can think about trying to use weakness on the b3 square and even c2 square in many variations. So black can use his diagonal and file for his heavy pieces and diagonal for the bishops and strong outposts for knights, but black is trying to play for light square strategy. So because there were so many good winning games from black side after b takes c6, white decided that its best chance always is try to avoid this dangerous variation and to play just for development its pieces. So the bishop g5 becomes one of the main and the most important reaction of the black's gambit variation. And after bishop g5, there is not so simple for black to achieve the equalizing in many variations, so white is just simply keeping two bishops advantage, and for black it's quite difficult to use this open c file, and white is not having such a serious lack in development as after b takes c6 and knight takes c6. So bishop g5, considering the theory one of the best continuation, and was also played by many strong players, include the world champion Vladimir Kramnik and Alexander Shabalov, the many US champion, also Artur Yusupov, one of the strongest grandmaster in the last century. So bishop g5 almost forced black to recapture on b5, and I would like just to show you one of the typical situation. It happened in one of the Russian team chess championship in 2006 between Dmitry Kuryakin and Alexei Kostin, where we can see just what advantages white has in this situation when black is not playing so precisely. So let's say after c takes b5, e3. So now the pawn is already under attack. Black cannot play queen b6 because this would allow white to destroy black's pawn structure on the queen side after bishop takes f6. Bishop b7 is the most natural move. Of course, right now white cannot touch the pawn on b5 because bishop takes g2, losing the rook on h1. However, knight came to f3, a6, bishop d3, d6,